We at Red Clover Reader are creating a diverse online digital library, and our mission is to help independent authors reach a wider audience while giving parents better screen time alternatives and developing young readers.
Is Dawn Doig. I am Canadian, but I currently live and work in Cameroon, Africa. I had an extremely rewarding career as an audiologist that took us to different parts of Canada, including way up north to Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories, also to Kuwait, England, and Saudi Arabia. My husband is an educator, and he followed me around the world for 23 years. In 2013, we decided we were going to leave Saudi Arabia after being there for 8 years. We were both interested in staying overseas. We enjoy living in different countries and experiencing different cultures. We were also aware that it might be very difficult for me to get a new position as an audiologist overseas. So I decided to make a career change. I went back to university and completed a master's degree in education, and now I follow my husband. I am currently a teacher of English as an additional language in international schools. I say English as an additional language rather than English as a second language because English is the third, fourth, and sometimes even the fifth language for some of the students I'm working with. When did I start writing? I've been writing for most of my life. I wrote lots of stories when I was young. I won the local newspaper's Christmas story contest several years in a row. So, and as a young child, I did say that I wanted to be an author and a cartoonist when I grew up. So it's been quite a journey from early childhood to where I am now. In addition to being an audiologist and a teacher, I also really enjoy writing children's books. I currently have 12 children's picture books published through Pennant Publications in the United States. It's been a whirlwind 3 years since Pennant took me under their wing in 2017, and I really appreciate that they believed in my stories and were willing to publish them. It's been great seeing children reading my books, having the opportunity to read my books to children, and it's just ongoing. I would like to talk about 3 of my books. The first one is called Hairpiece. It was written here in Cameroon and was published this year. It was inspired by the beautiful women and girls of Cameroon, and it was written to promote positive self-image and to look at perceptions of beauty. The story centers around a little girl of African descent. Her name is Johanita, and she is not happy with her short, tight curls. She is trying to find a hairdo that will make her look more beautiful. In the end, she does come to terms with her own beauty and accepts herself for who she is. The second book is called Petra Pencil Pines for Pizza. It was written when we were living and working in Mongolia. It was inspired by a few of the children I worked with who had apparent challenges with writing. They had difficulty holding their pencils correctly. So I wrote Petra to show children that they are not alone with these challenges and to bring again some public awareness to the fact that there are children who have writing challenges, whether it's simply not being able to hold their pencil correctly or if it goes much deeper and it's a neurological problem like dysgraphia. It was also written to help these children understand that there is help for them as well. And the story centers around a pencil named Petra. She's always the pencil left in the pencil box, and she lays there all day dreaming about drawing pizza. But day after day, the children do not pick her. They always take the other pencils. She believes it's because she has a splinter in her side. Then one day somebody bumps the pencil box and she is knocked onto the floor and she lands on some paper and she starts drawing pizza. When she's returned to the pencil box, the other pencils notice that she is much plumper than she was before, and they continue to taunt her. Then one day a little boy joins the class and he mentions to the teacher that he does have some challenges with writing. So the teacher tells him that she thinks she has the right pencil for him, and she gets Petra, and a wonderful friendship develops. The third book is called Kaidi. It was written while we were living in Mongolia, and it was inspired by a little Mongolian kitten that we adopted while we were there. She is the funniest cat. We've had many, many cats, but Kaidi just loves to romp and play, and she makes us laugh every day. She is just a ball of fun and a ball of energy. The book is written mostly in rhyme, so children can bounce and pounce across the pages as Petra chases the laser light or jumps up and down her cat tree. So I had the chance to read the story to the 3 and 4 year olds at our school, and they giggled the whole way through, which really made it worth every minute it took to write it. So other books I have include And So Ahmed Hears. It was written to bring public awareness to childhood hearing loss. It's written all in rhyme, and I wrote it while we were living in Kuwait. I was there with a Canadian healthcare team trying to help improve services in the country. So it's dedicated to the hearing impaired children of the an Lulubelle Loves to Bake actually merges my 3 loves, writing, drawing, and baking. And it's a rhyming alphabet cookbook. So it includes 26 recipes, and children can practice their alphabet and read along while they're baking something yummy with mom or dad or somebody else. Mamas Don't Murph is another silly story. It was inspired by real life events as I was growing up. And in our family, we do not use the word fart. It is called the Murph. So it was written just, again, to make children giggle. What a Bath was written when my son was very small. He asked me what would happen if he went back down the drain in the bathtub, and the story was created. Big Noses Are Beautiful is dedicated to my 12-year-old self of yesteryear. I was always very self-conscious of my nose, so that's what inspired the story. And it's illustrated with a character that I created when I was 12 years old. Melvin Fastidious the Sailor was inspired by my father. He was a sailor, and we believe he had OCD to some degree. So it is written with a lot of repetitive text, which is also good for younger readers. Waddy and the Worry Wakes is about worry and anxiety and how to come to terms with some of our fears and overcome some of our worry. It was written while we were in Mongolia, and I had no idea at the time that we'd be living in Africa. It features different African animals, and they all have traditional African names that reflect their personalities and their character. ELG Pitter is dedicated to children who are learning English as an additional language. It centers around a young boy who has moved to a new country and is going to school in an English mainstream school, learning English. And it looks at the challenges that he has and the successes. I am currently working on 2 new books. They are being illustrated with my cartoon character as well. I just finished illustrating one, and Pennet has accepted it to be published, so that should be coming out soon, hopefully. Biggest challenge would be marketing and promotion, just trying to get my books out to the world so that children are reading them. I would love to be walking through an airport one day and see one of my books dangling from a child's hand, or walk through a park one day and see a child sitting with mom or dad reading one of my books. That would make it all very much worth it. So a final thing for parents, I would say spend time reading with your children every day. It's a great way to bond. We always read with our children when they were young, and they are both very avid readers now. Research has shown that reading does promote brain growth. We know that it adds to vocabulary development. So the benefits of reading are all there, and I would say read, read, read. And even for kids to read on their own, 20 minutes daily, they've shown the effects of that. And reading is a great way to jump into a new adventure, discover new characters. Stories make us laugh, stories make us cry, stories make us just think, wow, that was wonderful. So just read, read, read. And the amount of literature coming out is just amazing. I've looked at a lot of the work from self-published authors even. You know, the amount of then variety that's coming out. There's so much creativity, so much talent out there. Uh, and, you know, it may inspire a child to actually write their own story one day. So enjoy.